Hey beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I have created this soft matte look with some of my all-time favorite product. Well, all-time, some of them are new. So I should say some of my new favorite product and the latest palette from Makeup by Mario, the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight. Instead of just giving you a review and telling you that they are just a beautiful palette, there's 12 shades in them, in the palette. You've got some matte, you've got some shimmer, you've got some glitters. It's just a beautiful palette. You've got your lighter shade here, a bit of darker shade, gray, blue, and you've got some neutral shade. They're all pretty much neutral, to be honest. I think this is a palette that works for everyone, whether you're a makeup artist or just a regular gal and you're wanting a really nice eyeshadow palette. This is beautiful. Honestly, none of his palettes have those shades in them, and I have the Master Nude. Well, I'm gonna get them. So if we compare quickly, so this is the Ethereal Eyes. Look at this. And if we compare with the Ethereal Moonlight, the shades are really not the same. I cannot say there's not a single shade that is the same. So two different palettes. They're all neutral shades, so they do work for everyone, but none of them are the same shades. This is just amazing. It's a beautiful palette. I have been using this one as well quite a bit. Honestly, I love the formula. I know it's long lasting, it's not creasing, the powders are not drying, they're not crumbly. It is a beautiful palette. And this is the Master Matte, the neutral. And again, you don't have the same shade. I think this one could be the only one that is close to be in his new palette. Oops, that's the other one. But honestly, it's not exactly the same tone. It's very similar, but it's not quite the same. This one here is a bit darker and has more blue in it, where this one here is more of a gray shade. So very unique, a beautiful palette. So let's see how I have created this look. So I'm going to start with my base. I've already applied my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream because I felt like my skin was a bit dry or feeling a bit dehydrated today. So I've applied it. Now I'm going to go with my primer from Dior. This is the Forever Velvet Veil. And I'm going to go with one pump. That should be enough to cover all of my face. I always make sure I don't put any on the eyebrows because it's going to leave like a little residue and it's going to peel. Just not the best. And I've scratched the top of my nose. I don't know how I've done this, but I've got a massive scratch here. It's not because I've got long nails. No idea. So I like to press it onto my skin just like this. And that is your primer done. For my foundation today, I'm going to use the All Hour foundation for that matte luminous foundation complexion. I'm using two shades, so I'm going to mix them together. So it's light neutral 8 and medium neutral 4. Just because the medium neutral 4 is a bit too dark. So I mix the two of them together because I want to warm up my skin, but not too much, obviously, because I'm not that bronzed at the moment. So I've got the two shades together. I'm going to mix them on the back of my hand and then just apply the excess of my finger like this. And I'm going to use my beauty blender. And here we go. Just spread it all nicely. So it's basically two pumps because I've mixed one pump of each, and that should be enough to do all of my face. Now for my concealer, I'm going to mix the Westman Atelier and the Victoria Beckham Le Pen. These are honestly, at the moment, probably the two best concealer you can have on the market. Victoria Beckham, if you're looking for something very light coverage, but really hydrate your skin. If you have a more mature skin, if you have fine lines, this is beautiful. And the Westman Atelier has equally skincare into it, but is a full coverage and really blurs under your eyes and really camouflage if you have any dark circles. So I'm going to go in with Victoria Beckham first. And I'm just going to apply quite low, like this. And I am using shade Light 1, which is pretty close to my skin color. And I just like to smudge it first with my finger, and it gives that little bit of that natural finish to it. Same thing on this side. And I never come super high under my eye. I always keep that bit here completely free of concealer. That way you really limit the creasing. And it's nice to keep a shadow there. And for my Westman Atelier, I will apply it just where you've got that a little bit more of the darker circles, or line, I should say, like this. And it's self-setting, so it kind of sets really quickly. So I'm coming with my brush here and just going to blend it really nicely. This one is much lighter, the shade is much lighter, so it brings a lot of luminosity under my eye, which I really like. So no need to apply too much because it's a very thick concealer. And if you apply too much, you literally have product that goes from, you know, it's gonna reach the bottom of the lower cheek completely. So just like this, and it really brings a lot of luminosity. It doesn't crease, it's not patchy. It blends like a dream. For my contour stick, I'm using the newest from Dior. This is the Dior Forever Skin Contour, and I'm using shade 01 Light. This is honestly, guys, if you don't have any contour stick in your makeup kit, go for this one. It is the best formula. It's not too dry, it's not too creamy. It is a proper contour shade. It's ashy, it's not too warm. It just works like a dream. So you don't have to apply too much because it does blend really well. And I always contour my nose like this. And I have a small brush from Chanel. It's an angle brush, and it's perfect to just spread the contour really nicely. Like this. Kind of going for a lifted look. It's really nice. It warms the skin up without being a bronzer. Obviously, you could go for a darker shade, a warmer shade if you wanted something closer to a bronzer, but I think as a contour stick, this is just perfect. For my nose, I'm using my It Cosmetic brush, and I'm using the small end that is more for your concealer, but I think it's perfect to spread the product on the nose. Alright, obviously you don't have to contour your nose. This is really just up to you, but for me, I think it's a bit of a game changer. It really frames your nose nicely. But yeah, it's, you know, to each its own, right? Now that my foundation, my base is done, that's where I'm putting my setting spray, because I want to set the cream product. So just about 3 spritz for my whole face. I let it dry, and now I'm going to add the powders. Also, before adding the spray, I fill up my eyebrows, because it just, I feel like if I spritz the setting spray and then do my eyebrows, it kind of leaves a little something on my eyebrows, and then it doesn't look as good. So I'd always do my eyebrows first and then spritz. So now I'm going to set my under eye. I'm going to use 2 powders. So first I'm using the Givenchy Voile Rosé, the Prisme Libre, and this is the original one. And I go in first with a brush, a very small brush. So just going in like this. As a first step. Always make sure that before you do that, you don't have any crease, that you have a very flawless under eye. I feel like I should have stocked a few one of these, because they are getting sold out everywhere, and clearly Givenchy is not going to produce some more. I think that's it. They only have the new one, and if you've run out, then you've run out of the Prisme Le Pen, and I'm like literally at the end. I have the new one. I don't mind using the new one, but it's not quite the same, and the application is not the same as well. So I feel like I need to go hunting and get a few one in stock. For my blush, I'm gonna go with Patrick Ta, and this is part of that new collection, not too much. It is the Duo Cream and Blush. So this is the shade, not too much. This is beautiful. If you like that neutral makeup look, that soft matte kind of finish, this is beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. And I am using the brush as well from Patrick Ta. This is the For Face number 3. I think it's one of the best brush you can find. It just, because of the shape, it just goes perfectly onto your cheek. I'm obsessed, absolutely obsessed. I love every Patrick Ta product. Honestly, maybe the latest foundation is a bit too dewy. I still like it, but it's a bit dewy for my liking. But all the products are gorgeous, and I cannot wait to get the dual eyeshadow in the major dimension, the ones that are coming in like 2-3 days. So I'm gonna apply the powder first. And obviously I didn't add any powder on the rest of my face on purpose. So like so, and same thing on this side. And you see, I'm not dragging the brush, I'm really pressing it onto my cheek, like tapping motion. So you're not disturbing the product under. I mean, look at this blush. How gorgeous is this? And now I want to add a little bit of oomph. So I'm going to go with the cream one and my beauty blender. I'm going to use the butt of my beauty blender. Coming into the pan like this. And I need a mirror. And just going to add a little bit over. And I'm pressing it. And it just really adds a nice glow to it, and it kind of make the color a little bit more saturated. You could definitely skip this step, or you could just put the cream blush or the two of them. That is really just up to you, but I love the finish. It kind of makes it a little bit more glowy. Now I will powder the rest of my face, and I am using the powder from Guerlain. This is the latest one, and I am obsessed with it. Honestly, if you are looking for a new powder that will just beautify your skin, it's mattifying, but it doesn't make your face look dull. It doesn't make your face look flat, and it just stays on the whole day. This is literally the perfect powder. I am not joking. This is the perfect setting powder. Even if you have a dry skin, it's going to work on you. This is the Parure Gold Skin Diamond Micro Powder, and I am using the shade 01. It is the translucent shade. I think it just fits for everyone, basically. So I'm gonna go with Powder Puff. I mean, instantly, it just, your skin, it's like it's your skin, but nicer. Look at this. It just blurs everything instantly. This is just beautiful. And you really don't need much. I'm not gonna go over my cheek because I want to keep that nice glow, but I do not like to have my forehead being glowy or dewy. And yes, I'm coming under my eyes as well to make sure that it is completely flawless. I'm going to add a little bit of contour powder where I've contoured my face, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury, the Nudegasm Face Palette. And I am mixing the two bottom shade together. And very lightly, because it is not a bronzer. It's really made just to sculpt the face. So you're basically creating a shadow. And just a little bit here. Not too much. You could do it here as well, just to make sure that you define the jawline. Now I'm going in with this absolutely beautifully stunning palette, the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight. This is the latest one by Makeup by Mario. I love what he is doing with his eyeshadow palette. Not so much with the foundation, it's just not my cup of tea, but the eyeshadow palette, they are beautiful. The formula is great. It's got some matte, it's got some sparkles, some satin finish. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. This is just gorgeous. So I'm going to start with the shade here at the top. It's kind of a taupe shade, and I'm gonna apply on all of my mobile lid. And this is my base for today. This is just beautiful. It is soft. I love the color. How beautiful is this? It's very, very soft. Now I'm going in with this shade. It's kind of a blue, gray blue for my crease. So I have a crease brush here. This is from Sephora. And this is just so stunning. Like, whoever is not liking this palette, I mean, you are totally entitled to your opinion and your taste, but this is a gorgeous palette. I think it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. the shades, the eyeshadow are really, really easy to work with. They are not patchy at all. So now I'm going to add this royal blue down here. I've got a very small brush. Oh, I love this kind of blue, that is stunning. And I'm just gonna add some just right here in the corner. And blend it really finely into the crease. You're almost creating like a V shape. Just to add a pop of color in the corner. Oh, this is really, really, really nice. Now for under my eyes, I will mix together the two shades. So this one and this one, I will mix them together, just like so. And I'm coming just under my eyelashes. Just like this. And I'm going to add just a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to use this shade here, and I'm going to apply it with my finger. And really just a little right here, kind of in the middle. Just kind of where you have that transition from the light shade to the darker shade. Eyes are done. Look at this eye look. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this? It's honestly, the shades look really dark in the pan, but they're not as dark as I thought they would. It's just a nice sheer color. Like obviously you can build them up and have a proper darker eye look, but I think this is equally nice for a day look or a nighttime look. I am loving the palette. Loving, loving, loving the palette. Right, so on to the final touch. I'm going to apply some highlighter. I'm using the one from the Dior holiday collection because it's just beautiful. It's that Or Lumière shade, so it's kind of a little bit of a, it's obviously it's gold, but it's got a nice little pinkish tone to it. So I'm just gonna come with my brush, apply some gently right here. And it's a very fine highlighter. The powder is very finely milled, so you're not gonna have big chunk of sparkle. Just like so, and it's looking almost wet, which I really like. Like this. So if I look straight forward, you're not really going to see the highlighter, but the minute you turn your head, you just have that really nice reflection. So I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter just here on the bone. Same onto the other side, and really just a little bit where when you turn, you kind of have that light that catches. You want to add too much, just like this. And a little bit on the bridge of the nose. So if I move my head, you kind of see the reflection, but straight looking, you don't really see it. For the lips, I'm going for a nice matte nude look. So I'm going to use my lip liner from Dior. This is the latest collection, the Rouge Dior Contour. And it's shade 100 Nude Look. So I'm going to overline my lips quickly. So I'm going to use first from Dior, the 100 Nude Look, so same as the lip liner. And I'm going to apply it more on the sides. So I'm keeping the center, and in the center I'm going to use my Prada, and it's shade B108. So just like this in the middle. So this is the final look. It is a beautiful soft matte look. You could dim down the eyes maybe a little bit if you're wanting to, but I think it's kind of like, it's just making your eyes pop. Since the rest is very neutral and muted, you can get away with having that sort of eye look. I am loving this final look. It is beautiful. These are some of my favorite products for sure. The eyeshadow palette is just stunning. I love every eyeshadow palette from Makeup by Mario, and honestly, they just work. The product is so good, the quality is there, it's going to last, and I didn't apply any eyeshadow primer. There's no need because I know it's going to stay there, it's not going to crease. The formula is just beautiful. The foundation is just wow, like it's that proper matte luminous foundation. And the Guerlain Prada is just, it is my favorite for now. It's wow. So I'm really curious to read what you guys think of this look and the Makeup by Mario palette. I know some people have said, oh, it's just too much, and you know, it's a bit of the same, but I don't think there's a palette that is exactly the same as this, and especially with the formula. It's a beautiful palette. So let me know down below in the comments what you think. I will list, as usual, all the products that I have been using in the description. If you are new here, please do subscribe, give it a thumbs up. It means a lot to me, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.